I picked the best music. Hey, this is Andy coming to you live from California on today's wellness and today's CBD and wellness show. It's obvious I need to do more of these shows because I can't remember the name. Today's CBD and wellness. If you don't know, I have a podcast, the audio portion of these shows. You can find on iHeartRadio, on Apple Podcasts. My other show, The Andy Falco Show, is on every podcast platform, but it has not been approved for iHeartRadio. So if you want to go and search for Andy Falco Show, The Andy Falco Show on Apple Podcasts, then that would be great. Go there and subscribe. I will give you an announcement when iHeartRadio accepts that. So we're here to talk about the unboxing of these products right here that just came in the mail. And one of them I've been waiting for because I want to see what it tastes like. It's a new shake from Viseo, a protein shake. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then I have another company. I know. And I always need to explain this because I know that I have every so often, I have people that are from both of my worlds with Viseo and from today's happycoffee.com that go, wait a minute, I thought you were with it. I am not your traditional network marketer. I am sorry. I'm not your traditional network marketer. I love products. If they work, I take them and then I tell all of you about them. I'm sadly not great at selling the business. I wish I was because more of you would join me because I'm making money on both of these, by the way, including the newest one, which I'm doing really well at. I have a lot of people buying some coffee right now, a peach tea and some other stuff. So let me go ahead and open that box. Oh, actually, I want to show you something first. I forgot that I have a new thing now that I'm starting with a type of affirmation or positive thought. And I found this one and it was so interesting. The words are great. All right. So the words are great. So it's not just because of the words, it's because of the person that said it. And so here is my quote for this particular show. It is, never bend your head, always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. Helen Keller. Right? If Helen Keller can tell you to never bend your head, to always look, to hold it high, look at the world in the eye, and it's Helen Keller telling you that. And she has this, right? I mean, really? She has these afflictions and things that really, like, you would just want to, like, I can't hear, see, talk, right? But she's saying, never bend your head, always hold it high, look the world straight in the eye. Helen Keller. That is amazing. I think it's so amazing. And I love that. So I just wanted to share that with you before I got started here. Almost forgot. Amy Feltz ordered Happy Coffee and the peach tea. Nice. Outstanding. Thank you so much for doing that. That helps the show. Those of you that are, see, Amy's a friend. Amy is a true friend. I was going to share something else, but I'm not. She's a true friend. She's a dog person, right? You can see her there with her dog. So much more than just a dog person that's in my dog world. She has become a friend. She has become a supporter of the show. By buying coffee, by buying any one of these products, you're supporting the show. I appreciate you, Amy, and anyone else who's purchasing the coffee. So where do you go to do that? Let me just tell you really quick. You're going to go to today'shappycoffee.com. That's where you're going to get the coffee that I'm going to open up right now, or the peach tea that she talked about, or the lemonade. Why is this stuff good? Well, they have something called DOSE. It's an acronym for never cut towards yourself. I always do that, and I always end up cutting towards myself. Never cut towards yourself. Always lessons to be learned, right? If I cut myself and started bleeding, would that make for a good show? Would that make it more interesting? Would more people watch? And so you have DOSE, an acronym for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. These are happy hormones. Then when introduced to your body, they trigger these happy hormones, which makes your day a lot brighter. And especially now, it would be great to have a more happy day. And by taking these products, you are doing that. So in this one, I have some of the lemonade, which is the Zest. Wow, that lighting is really bright. There we go. Zest, you see it right there. All right. And the other one is what? More Zest. Why did I order 2 Zest? Oh, you know what? I have some people that are just, there's still people that don't like ordering online. And I go, it doesn't help me really for me to order it and then, sell it to you on the streets. Strangely enough, I get called and they say, hey, can you meet me at the corner of Valencia and Imperial Highway over here and bring me some of that Happy Coffee? So I have customers that I actually do that. That's why I bought 2 extra Zest, because I sold them to somebody. So I got some, but these are fantastic. You add these to water. I'm not going to do it right now. Actually, I'll open this one up really quick. I think I'm going to need some pretty soon. And inside, it'll take me a second because I got to pull off the little safety top here. So inside is a little scooper, and the scooper goes right into the mouth of the bottle, and you mix that up. You can put the bottle in the refrigerator if you want, and keep it cool. You can mix with other stuff. When I introduce you and put you into the group of a dose of happy, I think it's called. There's a bunch of recipes. People mix these things with other stuff. They use sparkling water. They blend two things together with the coffee itself. You can sometimes put it in ice cream and other stuff. I know people have done the different, they make a smoothie out of it and that kind of stuff. And that's actually what I did with this next thing I'm going to open up right now, except for not this one because this is brand new. All right. So now, oops, let me go ahead and change this first. So that's for today's Happy Coffee. Get the lemonade. Almost stabbed myself. Today's Happy Coffee with the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and the endorphins, the dose, the happy hormones that come in, and then also has an appetite suppressor again, I'm going to show you. Let me show you a picture. Since I've been taking the Visail products, and especially now that I've added the Happy Coffee with the appetite suppressant, which really seems to work for me. So I'm using two different products. I've been able to go, and I show this picture, so nobody should be shocked. Amy, shield your eyes. I'm going to show myself with my shirt off, and there's a before and after. Now listen. I'm embarrassed as anybody else about these pictures, but there is no way, it is impossible for me to share the results and show you my results and why I love them so much and why that I'm encouraging everybody else to try them. If you have these little bit of poundage you can't get off, you just like it's driving you crazy. That was my case. And so I'm going to share this picture and I don't like it. I'm telling you, but I'm sharing it anyway because you got to see it. All right. So you got the upper picture. That was me just like 6 months ago. With that belly that I just could not. I was going to the gym all the time. I got 5 kids. 4 of them are young, 6, 9, 12, and 14. And I play hockey and ride bikes. And then I could not get rid of that belly. But once I started adding the today's happycoffee.com, the coffee and the peach tea and the lemonade, then I was able to reduce that belly and get it off, and really with less gym time, surprisingly enough. Because why? Because I'm in California and the gyms are closed. And so I've not really changed the way I eat. I just eat less during the day. I do intermittent fasting. So you can see down there at the bottom. Again, this is just in the last couple months, really. The picture up on top was about 6 months ago. But I still had it like 2 or 3 months ago. And then about 3 months ago, I started with the today's happycoffee.com and was able to get off the more of that weight. I took a picture today and it's even less than that now. I just didn't have time to upload it. And so you can start to see the second pack of a 6-pack. Right. You're starting to see that little peak of another little pack of a 6-pack. You know how important having a 6-pack is, right? The upper one was a keg. So I had the keg and now I'm reduced down to to showing through on a one pack. Hopefully a second and third pack will show up pretty soon. All right, this is brand new. I have not tasted before, so I'm gonna open it up, and I'm hoping it's what I think it is. Now I just cut towards myself again. This is from Visail, right? I'm afraid that maybe I don't want to open up something else and not know what it is I bought. You know, you buy stuff. Sometimes you buy stuff. It's late at night. You're on your phone. Lonely. Just kidding. And you buy stuff. All right. So nice. So I got 2 of these boxes. Oh, 2 of these boxes. Thank God I got 2 because the other one's on the ground. Of our new product at Visail. It is the premium quality protein shakes. So what does it say on here? It says the problem with many traditional nutritional supplements today is that they only a small portion of what you're ingesting is actually absorbed. With our ingredients wrapped in micro encapsulated bubbles called liposomes, our products are designed to maximize results and minimize waste. Besides that, we also use nothing but the highest quality protein available, and we never use artificial sweeteners or flavors. Somebody asked me that the other day. Maybe it was about the coffee. I can't remember. But no artificial sweeteners or flavors are used, which is very good because I get asked about that all the time. There is the chocolate. I opened that the other day, but this is the vanilla. So this is going to be the first time I've tried the vanilla. It comes in little packages like that. And What else is on this box that I could show you there? It's BCAA, which is maximum absorption. It's 100% grass-fed happy cow. Little seal there that has a little happy cow on it. It's advanced grass-fed whey dietary supplement. 25 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar. Muscle health, bone health, reduce snacking, long-lasting energy, healthy digestion. This is called Creamy Vanilla and world's finest protein shake. There's all kinds of stuff. Calories 210. Fat 7 gram. No, 9%. I'm not sure how to read this. I'm just going to leave it alone. Total carbohydrates 3%. Sodium. If you have any desire to know what's on here, just write me a message and I'll tell you what's on here. Vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium. It's got a percentages and all that. Vitamin E, 500%. Vitamin E. Is that good? I think it is. I don't know. Iron, 2% or less. Magnesium, phosphorus, potassium. New Zealand whey protein. So there you go. All right. There's a lot of other stuff written on there. All right. So I'm going to get my water, 8 ounces of water in my Captain America cup. There's a little slice there that I need to find. Ooh. Don't forget to shake the contents to the bottom of the bag before you open it up, because a portion of it will end up on your shirt. All right. Then I like to stick the whole bag inside, because if you don't, it ends up on the side. There we go. And here's the chocolate, by the way. Yeah, I know it doesn't really matter whether you see there's the chocolate package. There's the vanilla package. All right. So I put the water in first. If you don't do that, then I am shocked, because if you put the powder in first and then the water, then stuff gets stuck at the bottom. So just a little, if you've not taken a protein drink before, be sure. This is what I do. And that is you put the, sorry, I cross-threaded the thing there. Is that if you put it in before the water, you'll never get all the little chunks up to the top. You put the water in first and then the powder, and then you shake it up. This is another one of those, another exercise. Do you remember that shaker thing? Does that really work? Anybody have one of those little shakers? It looked really odd, right, on the commercial. That's why I'm doing it way out here. I don't want to look odd on video. There's nothing worse than shaking this in the wrong place. All right. This is a family show. I'm so sorry. April, Daddy, you move fast. I know. I was out riding a bike earlier, and now I'm here. And thanks for calling me Daddy. That sounds kind of funny, but I do enjoy it. All right, I just want to make sure all the chunks. I don't like having the little chunks in there. Shaking it really good. Oh, I see Donna Brazil on TV. Yikes. She's almost as bad as the DNC chair lady. It's yeah. Wow. All right. Let's see what it tastes like. I'm tasting it for the very first time. I wish I was able to play my Stream Deck thing. I have a drum roll and stuff, but it doesn't. It's not compatible with StreamYard yet. All right. Let's see what it tastes like. Hey. You know, my first taste of the chocolate, I wasn't overwhelmed. Although I've gotten used to it and it's really good. That doesn't mean that it was horrible. It just means there was a little bit of a chalkiness to it. And that is because, well, I'm out of breath. The chocolate is plant-based vegan. I don't know if you can see there at the bottom. Plant-based vegan is the chocolate. And the vanilla is grass-fed whey. So I can only assume that the grass-fed whey allows a little bit more of the creaminess. It is creamy. As a matter of fact, I think it says creamy vanilla. It is more creamy. I think I might like the vanilla a little bit better. Yeah, nice and creamy. It is nice and creamy. The chocolate had a little bit of chalkiness to it. Not bad. Again, I'm not saying anything. I would tell you if it was bad. I would tell you, oh, don't get that. As a matter of fact, the Happy Coffee, when I was first introduced to the Happy Coffee about a year or two ago, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, the only reason I didn't get started back then is because the coffee tastes horrible. Starbucks actually tastes better than it did back then, which is, Starbucks is for me and many other people is a horrible burnt coffee, but they reformulated the coffee. Somebody approached me and says, "Hey, have you tried it?" They've changed the formula. I tried it. Fantastic. I love the coffee, by the way. I love the peach tea and the lemonade of the Happy Coffee. Again, 2 different companies. I don't want to confuse anybody. And so to get one, you are going to go to today'shappycoffee.com. That's where Amy ordered and got coffee. Thank you, Amy. You're a much better friend than April, because I don't think April's ordered the coffee yet for me, or the peach tea, or the chai tea, or the lemonade, by the way. So thank you, Amy, for being a much better friend than April. And then Visayo, we have the CBD, right? So you go to Today's CBD oil. I take that every day, every morning, in the morning and the evening. That's why I sleep great. That's why I have so much energy, in addition to the Happy Coffee. And then for the shake, you're going to go to today'svisayo.com, today'svisayo.com. I know there's 3 different websites. I apologize, but that's the way it has to be. Today's Happy Coffee is for the coffee, the lemonade, the peach tea, the lemonade, if I didn't say that one already, and the other products that they offer. And then you have Today's CBD oil, which is Visayo, but it's a separate website because CBD is still has a little bit of controversy to it. And so they were concerned that if the government decided that CBD was no longer, able to be sold by private companies or what have you, and maybe had to have some type of prescription or something like that. They were careful that they created 2 different websites. That way, if the CBD got pulled down, it wouldn't affect the website or the products that Visayo offers in the other website. So you got to go to today'svisayo.com for the shakes, for the skincare, which is scientifically proven to turn back the hands of time, I have so much stuff up here. Just find it all. But there's so many other great products. The Core Complete vitamins at Visayo are amazing, incredible. They have really taken my health, I feel, in a whole new direction. My blood pressure has never been lower. I'm assuming it's because of these products. I cannot make any claims. That's why I'm saying assuming. I'm assuming that once I started taking these products, my blood pressure lowered, my energy increased, my sleep has gotten better, my total mood, where my children say, "Dad, you have been, for the last year and a half, you have been amazing." That doesn't mean I was a complete a-hole before, so just be careful. It just means, yeah, come on, April. I know. As a matter of fact, I don't think April has bought one of my sponsored products. As a matter of fact, it is unbelievable. But anyway, since I've been taking Visayo's products, CBD, and now today's happycoffee.com, that the products that are on that website, it really has improved again. And I'm only like 35, and so I feel much better than I did in my 30s. It is truly me. And I'm not saying that just for you to buy the products. I am telling you that when you get sleep, right? Really, the sleep is, as many of you probably know, you're probably thinking, of course I know that sleep is important, but I'm telling you, there's many people that were like me that would tell people, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I would sleep 2 to 3 hours a night of sleep in a block, right? And then I would kind of like maybe get 10 minutes here, 20 minutes, during the day or whatever, and then stay up the rest of the day, and then pass out, at night right after eating dinner, and then wake up at midnight. So pass out like at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and then wake up at midnight, and I'd be up for the rest of the night. That's how my pattern. Some of that I'm thinking it comes from law enforcement of working for many, many years. I worked from 3 in the afternoon until 3 in the morning. That was my most common shift that I worked. But I also worked 6 in the evening until 6:30 in the morning. So it was either 3 to 3:30 in the morning or 6 to 6:30 in the morning for most of my 21 years in law enforcement. And there was a portion of time that I was in detectives where I would go in at 4 o'clock in the morning and leave sometimes 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, because I had 2 jobs. I was a detective, and I was also the canine trainer for the canine unit. So many long days. You're wondering, how is it possible you got divorced? Working from 4:30 in the morning until 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Now, I can't understand how you got divorced. And being a law enforcement officer, and I was running a business called Falco Canine Academy, and still do to this day. But I was also on my days off running a business of dog training. But where was I going with that? Oh, all that work, all that stress, all that stuff, which I'm sure all of you have had too, right? Now we're trying to do homeschooling. We're trying to figure out how we're going to survive because, you know, the Dems and the Rebs and the reps can't decide on whether they're going to give money out, more PPP, nothing's happening, right? And we're just like, shoot, what is going to happen? And so your overall health, your sleep is the only thing that's going to get you through this time. If you do not want to get sick, the best vaccine, I hope I'm saying this and it's not going to get pulled off. I would say the best vaccine, I'm not telling you that it is a vaccine. I'm just using it as a term to kind of illustrate what the best vaccine is not a vaccine at all. The best vaccine for not getting sick is being healthy. What? I know, crazy. If you are healthy, if you are moving more, if you are eating well, if you are taking good supplements that your body needs, because our food doesn't have the same level of supplements, of important vitamins that it did years ago. I don't remember. I used to have it on my whiteboard here, and I can't remember what it is now. But I want to say, if we go back to the 40s or 50s, if I'm correct, it just don't quote me as I'm telling you precisely. If we go back a number of decades, and you were to take one orange, right, and take the contents of that orange and have it studied and look at the vitamin content and the levels of vitamins in that orange, what has been said in a study that I read, and I don't know what year. So if we go back to the 20s, the 30s, I don't know. But if you go back in the past, and if you go up in the past and you take an orange from there and you take an orange from today, that orange back in the day has 6 times the nutritional value of an orange today. That it would take 6 oranges to get the same nutritional value out of one orange back in whenever that was, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever that era was. And that is just an orange. I'm sure because they're all growing on the same soil that's been depleted and used over and over and over again to the environment that's not completely, but much different than it was back in those days when there wasn't as many cars on the road and climate wasn't changing. So we're going to die in 12 years. No, but things have changed. It doesn't matter, right? We adjust, but our food has been depleted in regard to nutrition. Sorry, I went into the whole thing there. And so that is why we need supplements. That is why we need to drink good, healthy products. That's why we need to take extra vitamins. I know I look like an old man at a nurse home with all of his. These are vitamins, not medication. but we need to add these things. I don't care who you are, where you live, that you need, either based on the stress level, which is a carcinogen, right? It's the stress that's happening in your life on a day-to-day basis, the things you're watching on TV, the things you're looking at on your phone, the children running around while you're trying to look at your phone, right? While you're trying to get them all the places they need to go between karate and gymnastics and dancing and airsoft and the gun range and then the gun range again, because we've got to be prepared and we go back to the gun range. With all this going on, you're adding stress. Those are all carcinogens. The air has carcinogens. The food we eat has carcinogens. And our body is being destroyed on a daily basis. And the only thing that repairs our body is good nutrition and good sleep. And so with good nutrition comes good sleep. And then you wake up, you move more, you get some exercise. And the only thing that you need to understand about all of this stuff is that it is the best vaccine for combating some of these illnesses and these sicknesses. Does that mean you're never going to get sick? Absolutely not. But you are much better off, I believe, than putting some of the. I'm not. Who's going to get some of these vaccines that are coming out right now that are being rushed through Moderna? Right? Have you heard about Moderna? Have you heard about Dr. Fauci? Have you heard about Bill Gates? Have you heard about all the stuff that's going on there? I don't know. Is it a conspiracy? I don't know. But they are all connected. Did you know that Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci were roommates? Interesting. There's a connection there with Moderna, right? He was the original CEO of Moderna. I believe that's the truth. I believe that's the thing that's coming out. And so you got to look at all this and think, you know what? I think I'm just going to choose to eat healthy. I'm going to take some really good supplements for one of the top 50 healthcare companies in the world, who have our best interest in mind, who use good, healthy products, puts all the labeling on it. They have third-party testing, and keep my weight down and make sure that I don't become a diabetic because of my foolishness. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to, get some exercise. I'm going to be more careful about getting enough sleep. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know why I went on this whole thing, but I did. And so you need to go to todaysvaseo.com, get some of the core complete vitamins for sure. Get some of these shakes to replace some meals because it's got good, healthy proteins and products in there. Get some CBD. If you want to have a happy day, go to todayshappycoffee.com. It has great dopamine in there. And again, it motivates you to do stuff. Being happy is another great way of removing some of those stressful carcinogens that would come in if you weren't happy, if you're angry, if you're stressed, if you're looking at everything and you're blowing up at stuff being spilled, stuff being spilled. And I know I used to blow up really easy. I know, and not to the point where I would throw somebody through a window or anything like that, but I maybe thought about it. But I remember there's times like, gosh, what are you doing? Like, just get so angry over something that right now it's not that. I look at it and go, all right, who's going to pick that up? Is it going to be me or is it going to be you? Right. And sometimes making a joke about it or being tactical, right? When you're not angry and you're not quick to scream and yell, you're more tactical in the way you're handling things. And that could lead to better behavior in the long term, right? I don't think that screaming, yelling, hitting, punching, throwing them across the room really solves the underlying problem of not paying attention, of being in a hurry, trying to watch their phone and doing whatever they're doing at the same time, right? All those things are behavioral issues that I don't think will get fixed by yelling and screaming and having stress. And so I think having, happy coffee that brings in those endorphins and those the dopamine and the serotonin and all those things that will kind of calm your nerves just a little bit is a very positive thing, especially when you have kids. And again, don't mean to get on here and lecture everybody and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to anyway, is that you can see all the different things that your stress level affects. It affects your health. It affects your sleep. It affects how you deal with people, how you deal with customers, how you deal with family members, how you deal with your children. And especially when you're dealing with children, isn't it better to see the bad behavior or see the problem or see something crash and burn and then all right, let's deal with it this way, right? And you have that moment, right? That's not how I was before. I don't know about you. That's not how I was before. Even with training dogs, Amy can probably attest to this. I don't know. She may be way more patient than I was because I'd be so pissed at the human being I was training that I would sometimes like, freaking dog. No, but it's really when you're in that position of training a dog and a human being, the stress level can get very high too. And tell me if I'm wrong, Amy, is that when sometimes you just got to stop and kind of step back and remove yourself and go, oh, I see what's going on. The hand's in the wrong position on the leash, or they're stepping off with the wrong foot. If you do that kind of training, I don't know if you do, Amy, but are they petting when the dog's doing bad behavior, or are they correcting when the dog's doing good behavior? And you can't see that stuff when you're angry. And it really correlates with children. You can't see sometimes what the real issue is. If you're angry, when you're angry, you are making assumptions quite often. You are going back to when you were a kid and realize, and suddenly you're being your parent that you maybe not liked when they did these things to you, right? Instead of being objective and looking at the situation and backing up for a second, taking that breath that I just did and going, how can we handle this better? And how can I keep this from happening again? And then you look back and say, they had their phone in their hand. They were trying to look at their phone while they were trying to do something. And that's what caused this thing to fly out. And then we could have this discussion. Listen, I know that you really like social media, or you really like YouTube or Netflix or whatever it is you're watching. I said, but we're going to have a rule that when you go into the kitchen, because there's things in the kitchen that are dangerous. There's things that, we don't want to clean up after you're visiting the kitchen, that the phone stays in the room where you were before you go into the kitchen. That's just, we have to make that rule, because apparently you cannot do both at the same time. You can't watch Netflix and pour hot boiling water into your cup of noodles, because it spills on you, you get pissed, and then you get angry, right? And then we have to rush you to the doctors because you have third degree burns, right? And so this ability through good nutrition, through dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins being boosted into your happy hormones being boosted can make the difference in whether you're working with a customer, dealing with your children, being a dog trainer, whatever that thing may be, or coming on and going live. Being able to jump from what I did in the park, which was really emotional for me and very like wow and crazy, and then coming here and talking about something completely different and having that ability to do that, the clear-headedness to do that. You can tell my speech impediment that I had at the park is gone for the most part. It'll never go away completely, but it's really a tribute to the change that I've made in my life in regard to nutrition, in regard to sleep. I now know how important sleep is. I did a whole lecture on sleep. It's probably it'd be really hard to find right now, but did a whole lecture on sleep that through a book and some study that I did on sleep, which completely changed my mind. I really did believe that I didn't need to have more. I thought it was me personally only needed 2 hours of sleep a night. And I would be fine. After all, Tony Robbins only sleeps 2 hours a night. After all, some of these other people, well, that's probably not the best way and healthiest way to do it. All right. Sorry. This took a whole. I'm very chatty today. So thank you. And thank you, Amy, for telling April that she needs to get off her duff and buy some stuff. Going back to my comments here. No vax for me. Oh, thank you for putting it with the @ sign. Perfect. Hey, Loretta, nice to see you. Some of the most beautiful women right now are on my broadcast, and I appreciate it. Amy and Loretta and April. I appreciate you guys being on here. Love you guys very much. And so thankful for those of you that are watching and put up with my shenanigans. All right, so order for yourself. Again, it does help me, and I do appreciate it when you do that. I do get a portion of the sales of all these products, but I definitely would not tell you to take them if I didn't take them myself and I did not see the difference. I'll show you a picture one more time, just in case you need to see it. I hate it, and again, I'm telling you, I don't like it, but I'm telling you, this is me, big old fatty. Up there. Hold on. Sorry about this banner here. Oh, that was a comment. Exactly. And then just 3 months I want to say a little less than 3 months, maybe 2.5 months. I've gone from the guy at the top to the guy at the bottom, and I have a ways to go. I'm not done yet. I'm still a little chunky there that I think I need to get rid of some stuff. I got 1 pack showing, maybe a second, pack coming in of my 6-pack. And I'm working. I'm really not even working. I don't even know why I said that. I'm not doing anything other than drinking the coffee and eating less and moving more. That's really all there is, right? That's all you need to know about being healthy. Eating better nutrition, good supplements, moving more, sleeping well, and eating the right things, not necessarily always eating less. All right, my friends. Again, I love you guys. I appreciate you watching and being on and taking the time out of your day to listen to me jabber on. All right, my friends, whether you're watching the replay or you're watching the live program right now, please comment about what it is that you like, did not like, share, subscribe, go to my podcasts. Just type in Andy Falco, and I think all 3 of my podcasts will come up. I got a dog training podcast, I got this wellness podcast, and then I got the Andy Falco show. Understand the Andy Falco show is slightly different than these 2 other shows. I did let a little bit out of the bag, but just understand it's slightly different. All right, my friends, take care. Talk to you later. Bye.